But we're going to be checking out the Scout Nationals Saturday, June the 8th. Please excuse the wind. I didn't get the filming outside quick enough. I come over kind of early, but I was filming indoors. I thought there'd be less people to maneuver the camera around indoors, and it was pretty cool. But then I spent an hour at a seminar, and here I am out here, windiest part of the day, checking out my favorite pickup truck. It's a 200. It's all business with a two-door cab like it should have. A true pickup, four-wheel drive, perfect stance. It's got a good spot here on the end of the road if you walk over here. I'd have to count how many rows there are. The first time I seen this truck was maybe 10 or 20 years ago. It's been that long ago, so I don't think it was quite put together the first time I seen it at Springfield. I think it was over 20 years ago. So anyway, a travel all with a Woody. Hi. I think that's my favorite one there.
Yeah, pretty sure.
Kinda. I wish there were more of them.
That's only a section here, but it ain't that clean.
Oh gosh, I drove for that one, man. Yeah. Amico Motor Club, $2,000 reward. That's kind of funny. And then there's a name for that. It's not naugahyde or plaid. It's kind of a burlap looking. And the wood grain carries over through the dash and a wooden wheel. The under dash AC. Sweet. You know that would have to be like comfortable and everything. You'd have to be a fan of the diesel. Get that big injection pump on it. This has the international oil up here. You could get different tops or go topless. There you go. This one has more gingerbread to it than the orange one. The 200. See, this one's a 74. And this one has cab lights. A towing mirror. Well, that looks more of a GM mirror, and that one looks kind of more Ford mirror. You know, tendencies anyway. And so really Mac didn't have a lot, or I said Mac had the Mac mirror, and then there was a different Ford mirror, but International didn't have a really company specific mirror that, you know, rings kind of like a Studebaker or something. Hi.
Yeah.
I'm geeking out on this thing.
And they didn't offer that. They didn't offer that. So.
Look at that air conditioning and all that over there. Two underhood lights.
Yeah, they did. Yeah. Yep.
So this one has a race look to it. Pardon me. Check it out. That's very 70s. It's the SE. Wow, look at this plastic insert. It's from Houston, Texas. There's other Houstons though, but I bet you that is correct. It's had like a top, a factory, how they did the bumper. That's kind of signature International. Oh, this is at SS2. Wow. From Houston. This is what they pull people on the beach with parachutes and stuff. Over at Padre. Which is another 400 miles down to Padre out of Houston. Like very tropical. And here we go. Just a really cool line of SSTs, man. I hope every road's this good. My gosh. Has those fiberglass seats in there. He's ready for the beaches. I've seen 3 of these. This is the 3rd white one. I'm thinking. This has a more modern looking bumper. Sure to check my camera. A 6-point roll bar. A more civilized looking SST is than about the most civilized looking door. I could step right in there pretty easy. I wouldn't need a ladder or anything. Paul, Michigan, license plate anyway, from the 70s. An old farm truck here. Bare bones, and we've seen some pretty good examples of those in those international hubcaps. That was a special truck there that had a 4-door cab back in the day, probably institutional of some sort. Then this is the Travelall we were thinking. It looks almost 50s, but it's a 64 in the middle of the 60s. And that could have been like an industrial type of a rig right there, for sure. From out west, possibly, Wyoming. With the cab lights here again, with more of a bullseye in those marker lights. Just a big beast of a rig there, huh? Over to Springfield on a somewhat windy June 8th with Burger Derby for the Scout Nationals. Thanks for watching.